Hi guys, another episode of Devongunsmith Diaries, and this is how to replace or remove, it depending, the auto safety on a Caesar Guarini Maxim. Let's get into it. If you enjoy the content, don't forget, like, subscribe and click the notification bell. Right, now we've managed to get the side plates free and clean and all that good stuff. The next job is to remove the auto safety. Now, normally an auto safety job is like this one, relatively easy. There's a black thing, there's always a black thing, isn't there? See that tang there? There's a little J-shaped piece there that pushes back on the safety. And when it cocks, it gets pushed back, slid back. That's a relatively easy job. You drop out the trigger group, don't interfere with it at all. Undo that screw, take that cover off, drop it out, put the screw back on, drop it back in. It takes probably 20 minutes on a bad day. That's on a beretta. That's a little white wing, that is. But the part you get is a little glorified hardened washer. And guess where the auto safety bar is? Can you even see it? You probably can't. It's right inside there, right in between the middle of the action there. Now, you can try removing that pin there and dropping out. You won't do it. It's going to be a nightmare. Okay, so very quickly, we're going to get into this. We've got no choice. It's going to take a minute. I immediately start looking for tools and I push to one side to give me a clear field of view. Haha! Will that work? Yes, it will at a pinch. Oh, there it is. Right. So my microphone will probably quite shunt off now. Anyway. One roll pin removed. This is quite tricky at this point to just spring out and spin. There you go. Yes, you've got to take that off too. Sorry. It'll just be in your way. Okay. Searching for screwdrivers. Slacken that off. Yes, it's come. Right. Let's take the pressure off the frame. One. Two. No easy way to do this. Okay, right. So you will need a piece of nail like that, head and tail tip cut off it, and it's to slide in here to drop this out. But first, we'll just pop these out of the way. It's not the easiest job. It's I'm hesitating because I'm looking to see how I can do it on the camera for you. There you go. One. And that's trying to fall out already. Two. Okie dokie. Now you can remove these. I'll just go through the process, I guess. You clear the field, basically. It's easier to work with when you've got space. Just clear the field. Right, I'm going to leave that in there for the minute. In order to drop this action out, it's not an easy job. So this is one of those, you wouldn't want to do this on your own, or yourself. You'll get a gunsmith, and even the gun shops will swerve it and send it to the manufacturers or the dealers. So you've got to drop this out here, and then all hell breaks loose. It all tries to fall out. You need pliers for this too, because it's tight. Right, now a little screwdriver in here will drop this action out pretty much. Oh, hang on a minute, there's another pin. Missed. Another pin missed, yeah, missed it. In my haste, forgot the key part of it. You have to undo this screw here, because that's a oh, I can never think of the words when I'm doing the videos, and then everybody goes, oh, you don't know the names of the words. It's like, no, I'm 59, not 29. Can't remember the name. That is a bar to push off. Is to disengage the sears, so you can't, when opening the gun, you can't accidentally fire it. It's like an interceptor. Anyway, it also looks very reminiscent of the style of safety reset bar that you get with the Brownings. It's very similar to that, and it operates very similarly, but it actually pushes back the safety as well. Anyway, I digress. Right, so having released those pins, you can now then drop the action out, and it all just falls out. There you go. Yay. Lovely. I'll come to that in a minute. Right. So that's dropped out. There you go. This you can now see clearly. Taking it apart is the easy part. Let's just say that. Right. Now at this time you can service. Right, you can service it and whatnot. I will warn you here though that in here on the inertia there's a little ball bearing, and if you push it back too far it will ping out and roll around on the floor. Ask me, I know. Right. So this doesn't look the same thickness, but it actually does work. So 1 and 2. A little bit of fertling into the position. Right, we're there. And as always, they're never lined up straight off the bat. And then suddenly they do. Come on, guys. Right. Pull that out. Let's try and make it do it one by one. There it is. So there it is, back in. Didn't seem that difficult, did it? Well, this is where all the heartache really starts. Because you may recall, a load of stuff just flew out. Stuff. Okay, I've got to try and assemble this so that you can see it. That's the challenge, not the doing of it. It's a boring task, nonetheless. But it's easily done. Right, so that little spring that flew out there belongs to that little switch there. Now, you can see there's a tang on that there. That just sits in there, like so. It's all black, isn't it? Right, let me see if I can zoom up a bit. Can you see it now? Sort of. Anyway, where was I? That drops in there, like so. It's got its own little locator place there. Right. It's not working. I'm trying to get it so that you can see it. There's a relief space there. Is it? Can you see that even? I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't define, does it? There you go. See, it drops in when it wants to. Okay, so that goes in there like so. Now we've got to kind of like hope that stays there. Literally. So what I do is I pop it on its side like that. Oh, you can't see, can you? I pop it on its side like that. And then you get a bit of nail and you cut it to the size of that frame, which this one is a slight bit too big, I think. It was a perfect fit. Okay. So with that, like that, like so, part of a cocking mechanism, which I can't remember. 59, not 20, 29, remember? Oh no, I forgot to tell you because I forgot because I was tired. Right. That then drops in like so. Oh, I'm going to get my hands in the way, aren't I? Right. It drops in like so. And then you drop your pin in to hold that dastardly spring in place. There you go, like so. And it's got a little tang on it. You think that'll never work. That can't be the right one. But I'm sure you it is. But I seem to go through this every time I do one of these. You put a little holder on it there, and you just wrap that round the bottom of that action. If you can. See how easy it is? Ha, not. Right. So that's holding back and that's springing there. All right, just wrap that round the bottom of the trigger frame because that won't get in your way there. Okay? And you'll do it about 20 million times, it feels like. It's only probably a million, but you know. This is me faffing because I'm trying to get it done on the camera. Right, okay. Oh, little swear words. Ball bearings disappeared. So you see how easy that is to screw up? Drop everything, look for ball bearing. And there it is. Blasted thing. And relax. People say to me, why don't you do this in a booth, Paul, where you can retain all the bits? It's like, yeah, you never get to see anything. See how easy that is to drop out? And if you just pop it in there. I think it's time for a zip tie, don't you, guys? Let's try part 2. Okay, lesson learned, eh? So we're not doing that again, are we? Nope. Right, so that can't easily release itself now. It's probably too tight, in fact. No problem, I can undo that zip. I just want it so it doesn't undo. I do need it to move about. There you go. There we go, lovely. So that'll stay put now. Not something else on the floor. Anyway, it's all good fun, isn't it? Are you enjoying it? I'm not. Right. Wonder if there's any jobs down Tesco's. Oh dear, such fun. Right. It would help if my customer wasn't sort of like, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? It's like, mate, you need to chill. Plenty of other customers that want their guns. Trying to show you. Oh, start again. I'm trying to get it for the camera and it's just not working, is it? This is hard to do with the camera close enough to be viable. So, tension spring in like so. I'm going to put a pin to it just for a minute. Right. And that catches onto the frame here. And that keeps tension on the cocking lever. And at some point, when the gun's open, there's a rod that cocking rod, whatever you want to call it, pushes against there and then cocks those hammers back into place. So that's the purpose and all that of that. But it's a bit of a trick to get it in. As you can see, it's just a bit of a game. So I'm going to try and do it in front of the camera. I don't know whether my fingers will get in the way or not. Anyway. Right. We've got it. I think we'd already done this bit before we had the disaster with the ball bearing gate. It's very important to have this under tension. I'm going to lose the will to live in a minute, I'm telling you. Right, it's all about to fall apart again. Because that's what they want to do. It's all super loose. Which is peculiar. Anyway. I'm actually looking. I don't think it is possible. A zip tie would be ideal, but I'm trying to make it so it's reproducible for anybody who wants to do it. Yeah, zip ties. Use zip ties. I think that's the answer on that one. And you need to put these bits down flat on the table, worktop, or something like this, like I have here. Right. There you go. So those pins don't fall out. Right. Another zip tie, I think. Right then. One zip tie slid in there. Okay, good, good. Oh, no, lost it again. Oh, I think I lost it years ago, but anyway. So just get a bit of tension on that. Probably overdone it now. Probably. Right. Yeah, so I want to keep it under tension. I think I have a slight bit over tighten that. Never mind. That needs to be out of the way, basically. Ooh, it's trying to do it to me again. Right, let's cut that. Right, we may have some level of success. Something like that. Yeah, that'll work. Right, so I can keep my fingers on these bits. Ah, see, it doesn't always let you do what you want it to do, does it? The tension's there and then it's not there. Damn it, Janet. Right, it's all good fun, innit? Okay, let's get back to this, how we get it together. I've got one hand full of trigger group, obviously. So there's the lock switch there. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Darn it. Right, I've zoomed out. There's the lock switch there with a little spring that presses underneath the bottom plate of the trigger group. I've got my other hand holding all these bits together and very gently place that in position, and I'm gonna just do what I can do, just hold that in place. Right, so that needs to lock in there like so, there, and then ease that in there. Oh, that's gone. Right, okay. My finger's in the way, so I'm going to just use this little screwdriver. Instrument screwdriver, that'll do. Okay. Okay, see this here trying to fall out on me? Okay, right. I'm using the cocking lever push rod to stop that. I don't know whether you can see this. This is why you probably want to get somebody to do it for you. That little spring's trying to pop out at the last minute, annoyingly. Okay, so can you see in here there? That's being retained. I don't know if I get the angle right. The little spring is in retained mode there. This is all ready to go. I just need to push this down. Right, so you need to close that gap. Trusty back of a screwdriver. Close that. And then push further in. It should almost be there now. Right, what's happening now is the tie wraps are getting in the way, zip ties, and we've forgotten a really important part. Hee hee. So if you ever do this, you will do this too. I guarantee it. Okay, now zoom out. So what we're going to do is open this back up again very gently until we can get that lever back in. Watch that screw there. Right, it does just need to drop in like so, there. Oh, I can see those zip ties becoming a pain. And there you have it. It's, oh no, it's not. Dag, nammit. I had this in earlier when I did a rehearsal. Not going to lie, because I thought I'm never going to be able to show this easily. And you're right, I wasn't able to. There's a little locating point in there. I'm not minded to take it out right now. And of course my zip ties are causing me no end of grief. So best advice, get me to do it or get your local gun wholesalers to do it. Right, hang on a minute. I'm going to close this up again a second. Turn it over. I'm going to leave it roll. Screw it. It's not the first time a gun's made a monkey out of me. It's this little flipping spring that's the pain. And also this spring here that we're also working on, as you know. Right, at this point it might be handy to get something lightweight like a Allen key. Ta-da! Well, Allen key coming up. Doesn't have to be anything heavy, just something light. Just a hook in there. Ooh, got it. Right. So you can see the Allen key is holding that spring back. Obviously, as I open it, it will relax a bit. That's it. So I'm not going to take these off just for the minute. Yeah, like I said, it'll relax. That spring and that switch is going to become the issue very quickly. Because it's trying to fall out at all times. And there is a way to do it, and I have done it before. And the trick is to get this in first. But let's see if we can do it like this. There'll be another way to do it, I'm sure. Okay, well that feels okay. That feels... I'm not sure. Yeah, that's in. That's in. Right. I'm obviously having zip tight graunching issues. Right, that's in now. Good. That little spring is just held in place there. I think you can see it sneaking up on us there. I need to push that pin out of the way. Right, I think I need to cut that zip tie out of the way, as it's now becoming the nuisance. You need about 5 pairs of hands. And these actions are always pretty small. Right. I try to find solutions that can be reproduced, and then I end up with more problems. Part of the challenge is to present something to you guys that can be replicated. Okay, you did see that, I trust. All right, so there's that tension spring held by my instrument screwdriver, and that will drop out now. Watch, and it'll sit into that slot. If I can capture that on film for you, that's where it rests, right there. That zip tie is stopping that ball bearing from doing what it's trying to do at all times. And if you look now, that intercept bar is going to sit there now, neatly. But what have we done, guys? The safety is not engaged because we haven't pushed it far back enough. I'm struggling here to get this into camera view, so let's just see what we can do. Got to open it just enough so I'm going to drop that in. It's just enough, going to be just enough though. Oh yes it is. Oops, sorry. Trying to work in plain view of the camera. Okay, oh no, zoom out. Or is it zoomed down? I don't know. Doesn't want to focus. There you go. Heads in the light. Oh, who wants to do film work? I don't. Anyway, right. Click, 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 click. That's retained. Nothing wrong there. I'll check that works. Yes, it does. Right. So we can cut that zip tie now, because that's not doing anything. It's done its job. I think you understand you've got to build in a certain amount of safeguards. Now, obviously, we've removed that. And we've got the washer, for want of a better word, in its place. So there's nothing to engage. If you can imagine, you'd engage that in the center. There's this rather nifty little screw here, but it's nifty, but it's not. It's a pain because it's got a very fine thread, and if you're not super careful with it, you will strip the thread out. And yeah, that intercept bar is actually going to cause you problems too. All right, okay, I think I've got it. Is that even on the camera? Oh, sorry guys. And there you go, back in. Yay! You can now adjust that across the top of that intercept bar. Right, we've got 2 pins to drop in now. Oh, there's a third one somewhere. Right, so there's a thin one to retain there. And the bar that's got the spring, I've got that one to do as well. That little nifty spring that causes us so much grief. I don't know if I think you'll just have to come along for the ride, and if you can see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. It's kind of a bit like that right now. Nice, done. Okay, so when I push this rod here, the front, it cocks those back. So I know it's working, see? Quick check there. When I open the top lever, this tang should click up here, which is the open stop switch, and that should push back. And it does, and it does. Excellent. So I released that there. There's probably an indent on the bottom of the barrel that intercedes with that. There you go, releases back. So that's like an intercept bar. That's how I would describe it anyway. Okay, so where are we now? Right, that's done its job. Excellent, thank you very much. And I can never remember which way these go around. I think it's this way. You always get it wrong. Oh, I even recorded, not sure. Yeah, there you go. So one in there, nicely done. And this holds off the sears. There's a lot of features. I like that. There's a lot of good features in here that protect the gun from misfiring. So it's quite good. I was toying with the idea of doing a full strip down, but I don't think it's worth the aggro, frankly. Right, okay, so that's an interceptor as well on the sear. But it's all good. You've got a partial strip down. I think that's good enough for what you need, to be fair. Assuming I'm on the camera. I don't even know if I'm on the camera now. Okay. Same again here. Trying to work blind. There you go. And I just need to pop that pin through there. Get a full alignment and it will go. Just pop through then. Once they're aligned, they try to fall out on you all the time. You can see it, I can't. I'm out of alignment now, and there you go, just by pushing it, my finger, it comes in. Right, there you go. Yay! So, rotate that round. You can push it in and out to match where you want it to be, and then just hands in the way. And you just click it in. There, okay, did you see that? I don't know whether I got that on camera. Half the time I don't get it there, do I? Okay, so they hold off the sears. This intercepts the trigger group and holds it out of the way. So there's no way that that's possible for it to fire. Some good features on them, although for a gunsmith, they're a pain in the bum. They are. I don't know how else to put it. Anyway. This is the same gun that had the busted up stock. So this will be, while it's a simple, so-called simple and quick job, I think Caesar's Guarini UK do charge for these quite a bit, whereas the price for the actual part is negligible. It's the time and work needed. Excuse me. Yeah, that's the last turn. Right. And with justification, I might add. There we go. One roll pin. That's the last bit in. Done. So now this is now not auto safe. It is whatever you want it to be. Very positive safety. And so you can leave it safe or unsafe. But you have these other features. So that's why the safety selector is less of an interest. You've got an interceptor there and you've got a pair of interceptors here. So that when you're setting the gun or cocking the gun, it's not going to give you any problems. See how that works? It's good, isn't it? So that rests in there normally like that. Obviously I'll be checking for function. Right, so some guns have a little hole in and you can pry it out, pry them open, but you can't with this one. So if you don't want to do a manual reset, you have to kind of just leave her in there a bit, I'm afraid, till you can get to half cock. There's half cock. And that's half cock there. Okay, so now I've got clearance, I can push that back to full cock. Oh, it's strong, that is. Right, I'll get it there. So I've got space now. Now it's on half cock, as you can see there. Oh, that's a good spring. There you go, full cock. So that's now fully cocked, so it will go into the gun easily now. And in a separate video, I feature how to get these off, because they are a pain in the bum as well. Whereas you can see now they slide in easily, and with a little bit of wiggling they come out. That's nice to see too. So that's another one done for you guys. I think this will end up being a three-parter with this Guarini, because it's just the way it's going to have to be. I'm going to lube this up off camera, give it a few drops of oil and reassemble the gun. So thanks for your time. I hope that was informative. I had planned on doing a full strip down service, but the time has beaten me. My customer's gnashing for his gun to be back, because it was only going to be originally a simple little stock adjustment. And then he went, oh, while you're at it, can you do the remove the auto safety? Yeah, no problem. And then it just snowballed. Meanwhile, I've got dozens of customers going, oh, my gun ready? I'm like, yeah, this one took way longer than it should have done because I had to fix the stock. Okay, guys, thanks for watching and see you again soon.